all your years and years and decades, about a decade at this point, of the work that you did on the ACP that's now canceled and the soon-to-be canceled MVP.
Right back at you, Maury and Bert and everybody.
Thank you all. I want to elaborate on a couple of things that Bill said. He talked about the Giles County seismic zone. I'm very, very knowledgeable of the Giles County seismic zone. I live there, and in college I studied it. We have had 14 registered earthquakes, and Earthquake Center does 1.9 and greater. 14 since this project started. That's far more than one a year. We've had 6 significant 2, 3 or greater. Within Giles County and Monroe County and nearby counties that would be classified as geologically as in the pipeline corridor of this MVP. We had 2 last month, in less than a month ago, about a month ago, 2 in Giles County, one just maybe a quarter of a mile away from the right-of-way, one was within a few hundred feet of the right-of-way. They were both 2.4, 2.5, significant. We had one in 2017 near my home, which would have been probably anywhere from 1/10 of a mile to 2/10 of a mile away from the corridor near Linside, West Virginia. It was a 3.2. The most devastating quake that we had on the Giles County seismic zone was in 1897. It was a 5.8. A 5.8 would devastate the area. Appalachian earthquakes are different than California earthquakes, and that takes the scientists to understand that. We are experts will say we're well overdue for a major quake from that, the most active earthquake zone in the eastern United States. It's the Giles County seismic zone. There's lots of information out for it. We have an expert who studied this for 40 years and told them this is the wrong place to put this pipe. His name is Dr. Ernest Castings. He has studied this for 40 years. He is the premier authority on this zone. And they said, well, he don't know nothing. So that's one debug. Went to the Pipeline Safety Trust, myself and Bert Bondra, who went to the Pipeline Safety Trust meeting in New Orleans in December. From the very opening, the Pipeline Safety Trust is made up of industry, agencies, and concerned citizens groups. There was a couple hundred people there from all over the country talking about pipeline safety, and the first thing I heard appalled me. It was said by, I think it was a PHMSA person, pretty sure it was a PHMSA person, that we cannot consider the safety of a route, safety of a pipe, in siting a pipeline. And I asked him, in what alternative universe was that a thing? He didn't like that much. That just shows you that PHMSA has, the industry has captured this agency. Politicians like Joe Manchin and Shelley Capito and Kevin McCarthy have exerted their political influence on agencies that are supposed to be independent and do the will of the people, not the will of the industry or not the will of the politicians. And you need to demand that President Biden and Secretary Buttigieg stand up to these fossil fuel people and say, we're going to do our job. Now with that, there was one thing I forgot what it was, but anyway, I think myself, they know we're here. I emailed a bunch of the PHMSA people that I have emailed for, including Secretary Buttigieg. I think he may be out of town, but myself and Bert and Bill are going to go inside and see if we can have a meeting maybe with Tristan Brown, the acting secretary, or some other official, or at least get one scheduled. While we're here, they know we're here. They knew that we're here for, also, another thing, oh, I know what it was, the other one. Not only is it the weather and the UV lights that's degrading this pipe, I have sent many a picture of bears walking around on the pipe and probably other animals. And this was recently, as about 2 weeks ago, I saw a herd of longhorn cattle in Greenbrier County rubbing up against the pipe. One steer was having a time with his horns. That's another impact. It's not even, I don't think the regulations even address that. The mountains of Virginia and West Virginia are full of animals, and bears and deer that love to rub on their horns on stuff to get the coating off of them. This is type of apparently longhorn cattle also. So there's this pipe. None of it is safe. And like the car that was across the street that just towed away, MVP needs to tow every bit of this stuff out of the area. They need to cancel the pipeline. It's unsafe, it's unnecessary. But ever before they ever think about trying to put any more pipe in the ground, it needs to be safe pipe. So Phil and Bert, you ready to go in? We'll be back shortly.